Hello and welcome back to another Division 2 video today with some more playing Air Division with 9th Infantry. I know this is the second one this week, but I just felt like doing another one. And this one, I think it's going to be a fun one. So, 9th Infantry today, this is another one of the Romanian ones, and definitely the worst of the Romanian divisions in the game at the moment. And so I have to say, this division to me looks like decent fun. That's it. I think it's going to be fun to play. Is it going to be good? No. I think this division really sucks ass, and we're going to see why in just a bit if you haven't already gathered from what you can see here. But I think there's something to it, some flavor at least, and a bit of fun. Now, my impression of this division, outside of the fun question, is it's obviously not good. You have some serious issues right here. I mean, it's supposed to be a mechanized division. It really is more of an infantry division, and the infantry is mediocre to bad, depending on which units we look at. There's one really good one in there with the Hipa Assault, but that's not really going to save you, unfortunately. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. This division, it has the issue that we see with a lot of divisions that are in the lower tier, that generally speaking, they just don't do well what they try to do, or they don't have any specific thing that they try to do really well. And I think this second part is really what is true for this division. There's nothing that this division really wants to do that is set up for, and that it can execute. It's just kind of one of those divisions where you're like wondering what it tries to be and what should be the win condition with this. Now, obviously, there is a clear answer to that, but this division, there's no real specific niche that it tries to fill. It's a bit of a weird mix at the end of the day. It just, you look at it, Romanian CQC, nope. Not enough CQC for that, not good enough CQC, except for one unit. Mid-range, kind of, I can see that, but then there is some units that it's lacking for that. Looking at range, definitely nope. You only have the Rashida, that's about it. So what else remains there? There's not that much. But yeah, so this division, I think, is still going to be doing best on mid-range maps, and the way you're going to have to play this is you play the Vanguard like I do. You can probably also do Maverick. I don't think balance is a good idea here at all. There's just nothing, like, you have good artillery, but there are other divisions that have good artillery and also better other units and more depth. You can decide to, or they don't have as good artillery, but they have other better units, and then all of a sudden you feel you're losing the map. While your artillery would be winning, but it doesn't really matter that much anymore. Maverick, I think, would work. I just think Vanguard is better here. You have a lot of cheap stuff that can really overwhelm your opponent, and personally, that is a personal preference. I'm sure that can be played different. Personally, I think those are best used Vanguard, because early on you can already start overwhelming your opponent, and you can kind of carry that momentum on into B phase a little bit, and then you can start going in defensively, where this division has some tools. So this is the reason why I think this is the way to go, and I've already given it away. You have to play spammy. You do want to go spammy. You have some cheap tools. You have cheap infantry that can be very overwhelming. You have some snipers, which is good for early aggression. You do not have a ton of armor, but you have some, and the armor that you get is decent enough. You do have cheap artillery. You do have cheap planes. None of, the planes are not good, but they're cheap. And they can do the trick if there's no AA, or if there's other not so good planes. So this is kind of how I would look at this. Where is it going to struggle against? Well, anything that can really handle spam decently well will struggle. This will struggle against anything with good AA, because another weakness it doesn't have. Anything with good air can potentially bring this to its knees. So yeah, and anything with more depth and stronger units that can do the same thing than this division will, of course, also be an issue. As for the build, I take in the recon type, mostly Kalrasi. Now, I'm not taking this one, and you might be wondering why, but it's really just the ammo count is a little bit too low. The speed is actually decent. And maybe with this division, you kind of need it. Maybe I should take it. I'm going to try without. Maybe we have to go, but when you go back to the deck, we have to change that. This thing has more ammo. Now, you would think, okay, it's only 80 rounds more, but those 80 rounds, you really notice that difference. So this is why, personally, I prefer the horse and not take the SPW with the 20 mil, despite that being a good unit. Like, being able to do a lot of damage. And then, yeah, this thing, there's no reason taking this when you have to colorize it with more survivability and the Panzerfaust, which sometimes can be useful. And this thing, yeah, whenever you have single machine gun recon units, they're pretty much only good if they're also in a decently sized squad and if your division actually needs a single machine gun unit. And, you know, we have plenty of those. And, yeah, the strength is just not big enough. No point in taking that, in my opinion. Infantry tab. Now, there's going to be one choice here that I think a lot of you are going to be very critical about, and that is going to be this one, the recruiting. And basically, at the end of the day, you can take an Infanterie without any veterancy. It's not going to have this hardened rate, it's going to be 5 points more expensive, but you're going to have the same amount. Now, that sounds like a good deal, and so I thought as well. So I was about to change the recruitee out in favor of the Infanterie, when I actually noticed that they do have straight pull rifles, giving them a bit more firepower. And that makes a difference. So if you ever want to go, there's a stat sheet from Lafayette, I think, is the guy who collects these stats at the like actual in-game stats. And the straight pull rifle, although the difference seems minimal here on the stats cards, is actually a little bit bigger. It's definitely bigger, sorry. So you will notice the difference. This is why I actually prefer this, because we get firepower for cheaper. It's still disheartened, it's still not great. But if you want to spam and overwhelm, those are going to help us with that. We're going to take Infanterie Panzerfaust. We don't have a ton of armor and AT, so having Infantry AT Rift definitely helps. We take the leader, yeah, there's just no point in taking more expensive one if you don't get better loadouts for this, right? None of these have, well, actually double sniper, I haven't noticed that. We're going to take that one then. I'm going to take the double sniper leader. My bad there. Oh, and we can take it, okay, yeah, sold. I have not actually checked that out, because Romanians usually don't have these special things. But this one does. Okay. So we take this. I would actually consider taking more of those in B phase, but then we don't have the units, the amount of transports that we need with double vet, maybe. But actually, yeah, this definitely must take then. No question asked. Double sniper is actually useful. You know, you don't want this to fight. It's only 3 health, but sometimes it can be useful. And again, just for this alone, it's very useful because then you get some more armor and pressure. And of course, we do have these two as well. We do have the Grippe Assault, which is fantastic. For 25 points, you get basically a full line infantry. I mean, this is basically the same like Infanterie motto. You even have more men and more rifles. And then on top of that, you get a Gibraltar. It doesn't have the Panzerfaust, which sucks, but still. Massive, good submachine gun, TNT, shock, crucial there. And yeah, I think this is going to be a very strong unit overall. You get 9 at single vet, I would definitely consider it, but I do want to have more pressure, so I prefer, like, this is kind of this is the unit that's going to perform for us, at least hopefully. So I'd rather have it at double vet, and losing 2 with this availability is okay. Still having 9 would, of course, be better. And this one, yeah, we need some double machine gun units. I also want some in B phase just to not immediately lose, but again, early on, I especially want to make sure that I have the AT. Pioneer, we need some more CQC. And yeah, we have a lot of Grippe Assault, so I think we can afford having them at single vet, because truthfully, with, you know, compared to our Infanterie or something like that, they're actually a better line infantry unit too. So I kind of view them as hybrid unit in this case. Then more Infanterie motto, Infanterie in C phase, just to spam. They're not phenomenal, so I don't really mind them not being better than just going to go for the numbers just for the spam. Tank tab, we don't really have many choices here. Panzer IV Stücks. I make sure to have a Panzer IV Ernststück in A phase so that we have something with a little bit more sustain due to the high armor. Leader, I think, is good to have. We could definitely let it go for 3 activation points and take another leader here. Now that I think of it, the question is just, again, since we're not a super, like, this is not a pure infantry division, we definitely want to have some combined arms with our tanks, so we should really think about if it is worth it. But I'm going to give it a try. I'm doing this, which is kind of, you know, not super efficient, for the card, but we get some more units that we might desperately need, and I think 6 liters in total should probably do. Support tab, not that many options here. Now it would probably worth taking a commander, but I don't really think that our infantry kind of needs that, really. I don't think it's going to get that much better. Because at the end of the day, it's not just a question of, is it worth it in terms of the numbers of leaders that you have, but also, is the division itself needing it for what it does? Does the infantry need it, or the other units? And in this case, I think this is not going to be the case. Rather have more machine guns to help us out a little bit more with our struggling infantry. AT tab, this one is pretty full. We want to have both cards of Roshiza for sure. They can apply a lot of pressure. They can be very useful, especially for the potential as of acting as an AG artillery piece as well. TACAM, really good. I would love to have more of them, but in A phase, I think is where it's at, since they're having the cheap option there is really good. We need some light AT, no question there. I'd rather take these guys than the Panzerwreck just for their extra health and the capability of defending yourself up close. And yeah, we need something that is not a Roshiza and has more range than a 47 mil, so there's no question there that we're going to take the pack 38 as well. Yeah. Sucks. At least we have a Vickers, which we're also going to take in A. Can also be very useful. We take these. I would love to have them at double up, but we only get 2, so it kind of sucks. Definitely take it with this because it just adds a nice bit of extra suppression for only 15 points. I think that's a fair price to pay. If you don't want to take the Vickers, or if you really want to have more AA, you can definitely take those in B with. Again, I would recommend the Hotchkiss as well. I do this for pretty much all the Hungarian units, Romanian units that get this, and it is, so far, it has been very worth it for me. Now, the Artillery tab is another one that is going to be controversial, and it is probably over the top. Most likely, I will change that when we go back to this. But I just kind of like to have all the options available, and we need artillery to support our infantry. Now, there's a reason why I take all of this. So first of all, as you may notice, we don't have any radio with anything over here. That is why I take this. Also, these we might use aggressively, so we have an option that is cheap that we can just use for recon. 60mm mortar, double, we don't need 8 of them. We don't even need 6 of them. I use them as kind of a cheap 50mm mortar, really. They have a very high rate of fire, especially at double that. We can actually get to see it now. There we go. 19 rounds a minute. Really fast. Decent range too. They're great for, they're really just a not as good 50mm mortar, but you have more range kind of thing. And for this, I love it. These things are not the same. Also very high rate of fire, but those are really for killing. They do have radio, and with radio they are laser accurate. Without radio, they're completely dog shit. But with radio, incredibly accurate, really good to use. We want something for range as well. I take in A phase to get the maximum value out of it. I take it at single lap because we get 2 extra rounds a minute, which is good. You could take another card in B phase as well. You could also even do this in A phase and then another card here at double that. That would also not be wrong, but then you have to let go of something else here. I kind of like to have both these. The off map, this is a cheap one, so we can actually afford it in A phase. We get 4 call-ins. It's not the best off map, but it will pin just enough for us to get in. I think I've seen some off maps like this too before, and usually it's just enough. Now, next up, the air tab. This thing is not the IR with bombs, otherwise it would have been great. We also have the other IARs, which also suck. They have medium resilience at least, so that's something. But other than that, they're not fantastic. Now, very important here, they're not the same. It's not just the loadout. If you can look at the name, of course, you can already see there's different versions anyway. One of them has bad resilience, but a good loadout, which really sucks. I really wish it was the other way around, or both were the good one. It is what it is. Now, ultimately, I decided to go with both of them. Both of them are cheap. Both of them are not super fast. Both of them don't have the greatest loadout, but it is okay-ish enough. This thing can generate some pressure for relatively cheap and get out this one. If we ever need a real bomb, we have it available. In B phase, you can continue with some better bomber. Although I'm really... okay, it's a 1 point slot. Now I see it. Actually, I think I would drop the recon then. Now, let's drop this. We're probably not going to use it. It's just very slow. I know it has very good resilience. It's high flying. The loadout is also good, but I have a hard time taking it down. Would allow us to fit this thing in here or the commander. Actually, no. Let's keep it. Let's see how it does, and then go back and decide that we're not going to take it most likely. And I think that's the keyword. Let's go to the game. And here we are on Slutsk versus Witch Doctor, who has been kind enough to play a game with me. Again, the queue today was not so great, but he offered, he answered my call and offered to play a game, which I'm very thankful for. So we are playing against 18th. It's going to be a tough one on Vanguard. So, yeah. Now we can air spam it maybe a little bit. We have to be careful. We cannot overdo it. So these are not super expensive, so we might be able to fool 2 of those, but then we still have to be careful about the 20 mils. So that's good. That's good, but still. We can't overdo it because otherwise we're going to lose on the crown. Now the bad thing is he has spam. It's not just me who has spam. The other good thing is I think at 2k, actually, oh no, he has 2k AG. Never mind. So I can't just put the Roshica there and be like, okay, what are you going to do now? So that's not going to work. I was thinking at first like, oh yeah, that's great. It's actually not so great. So we have to come up with a strategy. Now over here, I don't really want to fight him too much. So the classical way for pushing this is you push over here, take this, cut this off, get 2 flags, shift over here, cut this off, get 2 flags, and I can shift over here and start pressuring the town. The old way was apparently, that was before my time, pushing through here on his side. Now, my side is good in a way that, you know, you can actually push this, but I don't really want to fight over that too much. He has more CQC than I do. I have to be a little bit careful with how I use my CQC, since it's still rather limited, and his is better at the end of the day. The one thing that we can do is use this. This should be a bit of an equalizer over here. But ideally, we need to come up with something special, something unexpected. Now, despite his 2k HE thing, I think we should push the open. He can't cover all of his IG33s in A phase with AA. That's a simple reason. And if he's smart enough to deploy it somewhere, on the map, it's not going to be here. Realistically speaking. It's going to be here where he pushes, or it's going to be over here where I might also push. But it's not going to be here. And then by the time we bring the planes, I think he should not be able to respond to that. We're also going to bring a Vicus for our AT over there. So that we have early AT and something to cover things off. It also has light armor too. We also have to be careful about that. But I think we're going to push over here actually. Let's make sure that we get this hill. I kind of want to put my Vicus over there, but I think it will probably be a very bad call because then I can't really cover any other areas with it. So actually, you know what? Let's just put it there. And if he actually make ground over here, we can then still decide to follow up with the Vicus like closer. We don't need to decide yet. So that's one thing settled. And then I think up, from what I recall, he only has autocannon recon cast for the opener. So it should be okay if I just send them over there. We want to counter that push that's most likely going to happen here, and we're going to counter that good. Which means I'm not going to bring the light AT over there. I'm actually going to bring the long range AT. Just to make sure that I can fight that off as soon as possible. And the last place I want to use these guys is over here. Pressure through. Good. Now, Roshica. Do we need 2 over there? Well, probably not. I kind of wanted to have 2 over there because if he decides to go for that push, I need those to counter push. But I think if I just take this, I can then take this later on. So it's not that crucial. We're going to bring Roshica right at the start. Actually, no we don't. If we just want to use a range of something in the open, we don't need it because it will not win against the IG33. And it's just going to be a lot of cost combined. Meanwhile, if, you know, this will still be enough to bait out the IG33 if he wants to bring it. And then we can still follow up with a Roshica afterwards. to make sure that we're outranging whatever is there. So yeah, I think we don't need it. It is just unnecessary investment. So we're actually going to go with a massive counter push over here, where we would expect him to push. But what we do need over here is this, in case he's doing any shenanigans over there. Now, we're also going to put this at the back because it's going to be too slow. So in case this is going to work, we're going to put one of those in here. We're going to put one of those through here in the open, just because it's cheap. I want to have something cheap to grab that flag. I don't really care that much with this unit about it being able to do anything with its flamer. It's more about having the unit there. Good. And then we have some recruits here ready to hopefully win some engagements over here. Let's just have them here at the ready. We don't need to unload them yet. Now over here, we have some more flamers, which is good. So when you use them, let's make sure that everything's nicely on the road. And we're going to push this right here, which is not something that you would usually expect. I'm going to push this and grab this flag early on with my flamer. Actually, let's... one flamer over there should probably do. The other one can also go that way. And we're trying to sneak it in here. If we can get it, great. If not, it's also okay, you know. Actually, let's just take... Let it find the fastest way possible. That's alright. So we have multiple fail-safes in there, basically. Now this is where we probably want to have mandatory mod so they can actually fight a little bit. Although we will still lose against this range units, unfortunately. So it's not that much we can do about that. Now over here, we're going to get a 60 mil. Oh, we should also not forget a recon. I usually start with it for a good reason. So this one, again, here we... This is where we probably need radio range, so I'm going to put that there. And I also don't need to bother with turning off any... We also unload that over there. And that's recon done. Good. Yeah, and then I don't need to bother turning off the sniper rifle. Over here, we're going to get a 60mm mortar. So that we can just keep his infantry at bay over there. Gonna get an Eclipse Assault and my proper units, one of my cheaper units. Over here is a very, very light deployment. It's very risky. I'm not 100% like sold on this, but I think it might do. Actually, we don't need this with the horses. That will allow us to get some recruits into the mix, which can hold some ground over there. If he brings any armor here, we're kind of screwed, so we need to... we could cover that off from over here if we had, instead of these guys, this. Since this has decent enough range that it could probably cut that off. If it pushes through here with the armor, on the other hand, we are still screwed. But I think at this point, this is a risk we might have to take if you want... Oh, the Rashid's are still there. Didn't remove it. What did I remove then? Is there anything that I really wanted to have here that I did remove? Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, but that's good. That's very good actually, because that means we can... Oh, we also need to have something to hold this. I almost forgot about that. We just kind of gamble on him not pushing here too much and put like 2 recruits in here. So that actually changed things quite considerably. That means we can put that right here. So then we should have both access points to this town. Should be covered off. I think we have what we need here. It's not a lot, but it is something. And then we can this we can develop. This we can develop. Okay. The plan is slowly coming together. We need something here. I mean, actually, we don't necessarily need to defend this far up. We just need to be able to hold this. So it's on political east where we also have a flag here, but in this case, I don't mind it too much losing that. But this is the main push anyway. we were going to be more like this. Just don't want to get completely overwhelmed in the town over here, because if you lose that hill, it's going to be an absolute true pain. I don't want that to happen. All right, ready when you are. Let's see how we can do. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. There is a skill gap. We have to be honest about that. But it's not going to be easy still. Like, he's obviously also not a bad player. And this division is scary. Scary as heck. I was once arrogant to think I could pull something off against 18th, and that did not go well. I was in an FFB Arena versus Boris 18th, and that did not go very well for me. Alright, let's see. I just want to see if there's a lot coming on over here. Then we shift over there. Probably should have sent it over there. So generally speaking, there's two ways I like to use my recon planes, and I think that are the best way to use it if you only have one. Option one is no recon with his leader spell. No A with his leader spell, looks of it. Option one is you send it where you don't intend to push, because then you know if something's coming there. Option two is you send it where you intend to push, so then you know if more is coming there. That's kind of the two philosophies. And both are correct, in my opinion. I wouldn't really say that one, either one of those is wrong. Okay, so that's not going to work, obviously. This we're going to need, by the looks of it. We can forget about that too. Oh, it took that way. Well, it's out of range of this. It's going to run into an SPW over there. It's not ideal. Alright. The good thing is, you can bring this in. I did expect him to be a bit more aggressive, honestly. Oh, why are you only now spotting this? Actually, this is holding back my push. Should have gone after that. We can still do that. And also kill this now. And we can still kill that. Right, there it is. Let's kill that. We need that. We don't need you to fight just yet. You can shift over there. We're definitely going to need 18 here now. And maybe a proper tank too. Oh, you don't need to go that far. I would very much appreciate you if you could get in and drop those bombs. At this point, I might as well just take it out like that. Well, okay. Thank you for not doing what I wanted you to do. Well, it's kind of my mistake, though. Can you... Is this bugged? Is this seriously bugged? We need to fill that gap over here. Okay. Alright, now you can get in. Oh no, it died. It died. That's horrible. It's really horrible. But at least we can deal with that now. What is that? Oh, he's bringing that. Oh, he got killed. No. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. And they are shredding me. Jeez. Alright, we got this killed off. We can maybe kill this too. Maybe we can kill that. It gives us some options. Alright, let's shift you over there. We can somehow trade our way back in here. We can still win this. Just not panic. I think that's the crucial thing over here now. Let's send some of these in. That's not the amount that I wanted. Oh, okay. Might as well just keep him there like this. Okay, this is kind of where I hoped you would do something, but apparently you didn't, so I need AT there for sure. Okay. I'm sorry, Witch Doctor, but in such a matchup, I need to go for the cancerous, take the spawn play. I just don't really have another option there. I want to make sure that we're not getting into range of that. Okay, you're not performing the way I wanted you to. You can kill that as you get closer. And we need AT over here. Together with some proper infantry. Oh, you need to run as well. Alright, alright. Get some more recon since he apparently doesn't have AA. Then we can do another airstrike. Hold on. Hello, where's the Panzerfrieder? Love to see you. Yeah, no AA yet, so we're gonna bring this again to deal with some of that AT. This one especially, I think this one is really holding me back here. It's a very demanding position. He could use this multi-purpose, but he's not, so... But happy with that. Right, let's try it again. From the start. We don't need more than those anyway. Again, I'm so sorry, Witch Doctor, but... I need to use the dirty tricks here if I want to win this. This is otherwise not so easy. Oh, something's... Okay, let's see if it can still work. This is closer, more dangerous, I would think, since it's also multi-purpose. Yep. Another one in here. Actually, this we can win, since we're CQC. We have... Yeah. So he has... This is loadout. This is mine. Semi-automatic rifle. And... Okay, so he can do it. That's good. Let's spam our way back in here. We don't need this then. Right. And you can shoot at whatever you can see over here. You're gonna get some more accurate artillery in there too. Okay, and then we go after that. Actually, we don't need to wait for it to reload. Okay. Actually, I'd rather kill the A. This will die anyway against the tank. But the AA is the true problem. Oh, that's not what I wanted it to do. Okay, failed to kill it, but still. Can't really complain. Some support weapons over there are interesting. Okay, let's get some more things in there. And let's continue to build our push over there. Cheap tools, a lot of pushing power, that's what we need, that's what we want. This is in the perfect position to push out later, so I'm gonna leave it there. Quite happy with this. Though over here we need to do something. Actually, shift, no, not with the AT still there. Well, actually, no, okay. Just chill then. Shouldn't you be able to see that? Let's not waste too much time on it though. I need to be careful. Because I think the game plan from here is, I don't think pushing much deeper over here is good. We have this secured off with some AA, that should have to do for the moment. And here we can grind now with having artillery out already. And having radio range, so that is good. Go after this and then after this. Those are relatively accurate. So I think this is the way to go for us now. Rather grind this and maybe actually try to take that then. and not. Yeah, let's go artillery heavy now. It's the advantage that we do have, and now we can go after something like this. We can continue to air spam if he groups up like this, because that means we can actually generate pressure over there. Right, let's push those up, and then we need something to clear this out, and then we can maybe push in there. Still no AA over here, so let's move this over now and then. Right, yeah, they don't really do much damage, but they do pin, and that's all we need. That's all we need. Next one is already ready again. So we can go after the next target. Now he will probably bring good AA, so... Let's bring some more of these tools. And let's peek here a little bit and see what is there. Move this up there too. HE? Okay, don't mind it. Don't mind that. Let's get the recon going again. Now it comes in with a fighter. Could be a good one. No, it's that fuckable. That should be slow, so we might actually be able to outrun it. But that means we should definitely start getting AA in now. Let's recall that. It's not going to give us any... Agressively, this we very much need to take out. This, oh yeah, I do like those. I do like that, what I see over there. This I don't like too much, but we can shift this over there. And let's get an AT gun into the defensive position over there. 1410. It's good for us. Alright. Get some more AA in here. Appears to be okay. While close, we take that loss for a little bit. It's going to be a lot of suppression, but I kind of hope that if we get close enough, we can actually still win that. Right, Stuck there doing some good work. Oh, this is a really bad kill. You can just go after whatever you have over there. What is this, artillery? Yep. That's KT by the looks of it. Be careful, you don't want to lose those unnecessarily. Right, you can maybe get an angle on that. Push. Alright. Got that sorted out. The problem is we're going to run out of pushing power faster than him. That's the IC that loaded at the spawn. Again, really, really sorry. I didn't like to be that kind of guy, but I felt like I had to. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, shit, okay. Didn't realize that this was still in line of sight of this, so if I lose my A, that's going to be good night. Let's get it ready to push, but not push just yet. Yeah, we 100% need to take care of some of these issues now. Let's see what we can do there. And let's keep these... I want to keep using them as long as I can to get the maximum value that I can get out of them. So this is why I'm using them even against like an infantry target like this, which is probably not really worth it. Right. You got that done. You can continue to go after this. This is why losing this is so bad, and I always forget. There we go. Now he has the AA. So. Let's push this. And you did not get any bombs off, did you? Well, it is what it is. Actually, you can kind of counter battery him. Right, let's put it here where hopefully it should be safe. Right. We need to get this up here, so it's going to be a tricky one. Still cutting that off. Let's see if he is. I don't think he is, but who knows. I want to have a recon available again. I need to see what's happening. Let's fall him back. Artillery there is kind of killing me, and this not much ammo left is also killing me. Okay, but I don't see anything that's still covering this off, so I think we're good. Finish off. The good thing is that they should not really cover that, so I think over here we can definitely generate some pressure. Yep, they're safe, good. Cheap spam. Gonna solve our issues. We're gonna, yeah. This is gonna be very risky driving, that's just right through there, but we kinda have to try and do it. Okay, okay. Woo. And now we need to get that in there, because otherwise we're gonna easily lose that. Okay, that was not actually needed. Let's continue on, let's continue on. Okay, it's getting the IG-33 ready. We're gonna bomb that. Also, we're gonna try and get in there. Actually, buying a proper plane would probably have been a better call. Okay, got that killed. Good. Good. Let's get another one of those going then. I don't think it's gonna kill it. Yeah. Well, we got it slowly. Let's push. Actually, let's push those over there. Right, that's generating a lot of value for us. Let's hide you like over here where you are very clearly not spotted by anything. And then we need to get another one of these ready. We need recon again in the church tower. Right, you got the bombs off. Hopefully you killed it. The flamer in there, which is also good. You were silent, which makes me assume that you killed what you needed to kill. Let's resupply this fully before we start shooting. And bring some more Panzer IVs. Then we carefully follow with our actual infantry. And you can try to get in there. Hopefully it's going to work. 59, there we go. And yeah, the problem is now this is not good enough, and this is, yeah, I don't have any AA left, so it's definitely not ideal. We have the leaders, which I forgot the whole time. How horrible am I? I just went fully in the spam mindset without even bringing those, and they do have good light armor too. So, alright, let's see what's there and follow up if the attack comes. You can just chill here, honestly. You can also push up. Duke. Maybe we should get a Rashid over here. Is there any reason not to? I mean, alright. I like what I see. Maybe we just push in then. And set you on the task of dealing with that AA. Okay, now he has AA over here too. This definitely... Well... That did not go super well. Right, stop this. Bomb this. Bomb. Also this. Push. Reload. Support. Not needed. Most likely gonna get forced off. None of you did drop your bombs. Okay. We're gonna bomb that singleton mill then, and then we can do whatever we want again. Let's get another tank up here. Don't have a ton of those. Let's push you. Let's push you in here. And we need something to spot for these guys. So let's hide them over there for the time being. Just need to forget to take them again. And wherever that moment mill is, we're gonna bomb that. You can go after this, it's expensive. And you just delete that 20 mil. There it is. Good. Go and kill that, please. You got stopped. You will get stopped very soon, so no point in continuing on that push. Not really worth pushing that out yet. Let's get some leadership out. Good. Good. Let's get some AT in there. And I think you can actually start pushing this. It's a bit early maybe, but I think it should be okay. Just go after that since I don't have a better target for you. Fire at will, since otherwise we're not going to use it. You need to be a resupply, but we're also going to put it on fire at will for the time being. Not on return fire though. That is very inefficient. Did those over here, they get forced off probably? No, they got the bombs off. I think I queued a retreat order up, so it's good. Okay. Right. We have a lot of cheap spam, so let's use that properly and just push forward. Let's retreat you. I know he doesn't have AT from what I can. Well, he can throw things to open top vehicles, so eventually that's not going to end well. Right, just shoot, and you can also shoot. And you can move closer to the leader, and then we have an AA leader, and then we have an actual support, like push leader. That's probably the way to go. Let's see what's over here with my Infanterie. Right. I think we can see enough of what's there. And more 20 mils, okay. We're not going to bother pushing there anymore. Okay, the Rashitsas should win that, I think. What do I shoot? Oh, it's shooting at recruiting. Good, 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 good. Ah, never mind. I was right not to go there. But we can spam some of these out and get up there and trick. This is, yeah, this bazooka one, so it should be fine. Okay, let's see what's here. I think over here we should be safe from AA. Okay. Let the spam continue. Just go after everything we can see right there. Oh, it's gonna get through. We need another tank here. ASAP. Or we just get another Wakers. I think that's... We don't have another Wakers. Where did I put it? Oh no, yeah, I lost it at the start, I remember. We're gonna need another tank here. And we need to move this forward. Because now I can... Now he's pulling out the uni reverse cast, and I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Because now he's air spamming me. And he's gonna be able to pull it off. And I can't really do anything about that. Oh, just a recon plane. That's alright. Alright, let's push, push, push. I think there should not be much there. I want to finish this soon now, because otherwise, yeah, that's going to be all the A for this area. I don't have any left. Oh no, they all died. Okay, change of plans. fortify and then just don't die easily. What did so close that he could deal with that? Now I'm curious. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna win that fight. Very clearly not. With this though, probably win. But yeah, now we need to finish up quickly because otherwise I will just easily lose this. I can't hold this now without any AA. Okay, good. Got some value generated there. No, we can't really. Can get over there, and then if we can do this push, we can maybe use that against him. Right, maybe we can deal with that as well. Let's get some support over here. But yeah, losing that AA was really bad. It's really screwing us now. Alright. Ground attack, please. If we kill the 20 mil, that would be huge. So that means we have our own air support over there. Albeit being not as good. Good. Oh yeah, he's saving that nicely over there. Well, he doesn't have any HE left. Okay. Again, let's just fortify here a little bit. Let's call you back. The recruits is what's holding this anyway. Okay, we got the air support over there, so we can hold him off with this a little bit. That might already be worth it. Get another AT gun over here. Over here, actually. Then we can maybe still shift it if needed. It's probably a waste since, you know, I can't really support it, but it's about as good as it's going to get. Just deal with whatever you have over here. You can also move up a little. Well, you have good range, but it's going to be inaccurate then. Still some AA over here, though. If I can kill that, though, that would be huge. Which, can I? Can I? Yes! Is it? Oh, hold on. No, this is not. No, I'm gonna lose. I won't win against this. Yep. 18-6, how did I do that? Oh, I killed something with artillery over here. Let's push it, let's push it, let's push it. This is what we need. Because this is gonna give us the time that we need. GG's. GG's. Yeah, I think the skill difference may or may not have helped. May have helped here a little bit. But yeah, this thing having some of these and those rifles was the reason why I was pretty sure I was lose that with my flame. Oof. Okay. We had a lot of tools that were just sitting around at the end. But I mean, this was really. I'm sorry if you're watching this, Richard. I'm sorry for the spawn camping and the air. It felt so nasty. Honestly, at the start, I was really feeling very much pressure, so I was like, okay, I need this to be able to win. Looking at it now, I would not have done it because it definitely wasn't needed. But yeah, it's something that, you know, like generally speaking, and something that when it happens to me, I absolutely hate it. So this is why I feel bad for it. At the same time, if you don't try to deliberately sneak it around, but just see the opening, this is where I have less of an issue because if you have nothing to blame, and you know, I always tell that myself because you know, if this is how it happens, if you see that it's there, and then you don't put anything there to stop it, then you only have yourself to blame, unfortunately. So happened to me plenty of times. Believe me, still happens to me, and yeah. But you know, that might sound like trying to justify it. The double standards here, because I always like to shit on these dirty tactics. So, but yeah, and if you look at the start, he got a good opener. This is what I was very much afraid of. My opener was really poor, and then he followed with chill sense. Then I started my air spam, and I kind of realized that I could do it, so I bought more, which could have gone very bad. But he took way too long to buy AA. This is one of those cases where if you start buying AA, by the time you've already lost a lot of units, you're in for a rough time, generally speaking. So you need to buy it as soon as possible. Also, I still wanted to see what killed my Vickers. Oh no, I know what killed my Vickers was the MG42. I was just really bad. I saw that my machine gun was not shooting. I was like, okay, it's gonna be fine. Could just outrange it, and then realized that yeah, the Vickers just gonna walk right into it. That was really bad. That was really bad. Definitely needs improving. But yeah, the air spam is what really decided that game. Because you see a lot of kills here on my side, but let's be real. Like, a lot of these kills wouldn't have happened had my planes not taken out some of these AT guns previously, or some support tools. And then, you know, I also could afford getting the artillery, but had my planes not generated that value, I could not have afforded that because I would not be in a comfortable spot to buy artillery at all. So that's definitely something that needs to be said. I mean, the plays were very, very, very deciding over here. Not just because of the value they generated, but especially because of the key targets that they killed. Oh yeah, that was so sad. Yeah, that was a really nice move by Witch Doctor. Something that, you know, I tend to forget, and it's very important on that map. There's plenty of ways you can cut off someone's reinforcement road if you know about the spots, which Witch Doctor obviously does. And if you just remember to do it, which you also did, and then they can be very, very dangerous. So that was a good play there. Yeah, I mean, look at this. This is so, and yes, true. I even got away with killing some of his planes, so that should not have happened. So if you're watching this Witch Doctor, I will also tell you afterwards in Discord anyway, bring the A early on with this division because you need it, but your opponent will try to ass spam you. Oh, the whole shit. Oh, he killed. Oh, it was 20. Oh, no. Okay. Now I can see. Now I can see. No. No, no, no. I'm sorry, Witch Doctor. He killed all the 20 mils. No. Okay. I understand now. I understand. I take everything back. Except for the feeling bad for this. Because this is what made it possible to begin with. Oh, no. Okay, now I really feel bad. That is not good. That is not okay. Well, next time someone does it to me, you can tell me in the chat or in the comments that I deserve it, because I definitely do. There's a special place in hell reserved for me now. Air spamming someone, then spawn camping him, and then telling him, why didn't you bring any AA when all his AA got killed by my spawn camping? Yeah, that's okay. Okay. But yeah, there's that. These guys, yeah, they did it very well. And he could have used them for the Rectifier, for indirect fire too, if you wanted to. I think he didn't do that, but even as an AT gun, they're so cheap, so they're really nice. This thing was really good. Could have done a lot of damage had it had the chance to. Yeah. Anyway, let's go to the deck and talk about my closing thoughts on the division, and on how I would change the build, or if I would leave it. Let's see. And here we are again. So let's look at the deck. So I did go ahead and make one change. I removed, we were at 49 out of 50. I removed the HE111 and I got the 20mm recon current. And that's it. There is not much more I would change. I think I'm quite happy with the deck as it is. Some things that I was thinking about, of course, was instead of doing this, bringing 2 points somewhere, and then get more Panzerschrecks in here, or get more AA. And where I would have been looking for these points was the artillery tab. Yeah, pretty much that. Not that many more options. Now, the reason why I didn't want to touch that ultimately was really that I think the holy trifecta of artillery has worked very well for me. Now, of course, these feel almost the same role, but this is good for supporting me with a lot of them. So we can really support our infantry for a long time with this. Whereas this right here, while it can kind of do the same thing, it is laser accurate. And this is really there to take out some of these crucial support guns. This is for anything further back, and I think we've seen this working very well. These did a good pinning, these did good killing, and these did also good killing at longer ranges. Now, the off-map is the only thing that we didn't use this game, but I think in a lot of other games we might have. Even in this game, I could have used it probably. It could have been useful on the hill in the town, or for the center of the town. I was doing well enough that I didn't need it, but in other games I could have been very, very different. Of course, in general, in this game I got very lucky that, I started air spamming it and I even spawn camped his AA. Otherwise, that could have been very different there, because once my air force was shot down, it would have been a bit more difficult. Generally speaking, transitioning over to the strengths and weaknesses of this division. If you play an aggressive game, of course this was also Vanguard here, so that was a bit of a different situation than if it wasn't. But generally speaking, I think if you ever get to a point where in one area at least, not in the whole game, because then you're probably losing with this division, but if you ever get to a point where you're in one, where things started to slow down in one part of the map, you have really good artillery and infantry support to deal with that. Against other infantry divisions, that should generally speaking work. If you're up against a lot of armored targets, this is going to be much more tricky with this division to deal with in those kind of situations. But I think this division is really, in my opinion, all about getting the momentum and then continuing on, and wherever things get stale, you have the arty to help you out, and then you can get the ball rolling again. This is kind of what you want to do with this division. I think it does that actually surprisingly well. Now, of course, again, this game was playing a little bit on easy mode because of the airstrikes and then spawn trapping his A and then being able to continue the airstrikes and the skill difference. Which, by the way, was so I played another game after him, just afterwards with him, just for fun, and that was much rougher. So, when he doesn't get air spammed, he can definitely do more. That was just very unfortunate. But yeah, the skill difference is there, and it helped. But I think even outside of that, having such good artillery to help you really makes it very easy to get mobile again if you're playing against something with soft targets. Now, if you play against armored divisions, it's much more difficult. I think in the open you need to be more careful. You still have some good pressure with this division, in my opinion. Like, you still can perform, but if you start getting outranged, it's really dangerous. So this is where this division kind of stops working super well. So on maps that are meant for armored divisions, this will really suffer. You have some good AT options, but it's not good enough at the end of the day. Against infantry division, on the other hand, you can rush in, you can kind of outspam and support it with your artillery where needed. So this actually works surprisingly well. Now, obviously, the other main weaknesses are AA. You can easily get air spammed. The air tab is not that good to support you. If your opponent doesn't bring A, like in this game, or brings it way too late, or can't bring it. Anyway, if it's not coming, the IARs do well enough. Like, they do what you need them to do. But if you really need proper air support against a division that has an AA, you're doomed. Like, you just can't do that. Another thing that we definitely noticed here is that infantry support is limited when you try to actually move and you need support. Things change a little bit, because you have the Panzer force, which are okay, but they're not be all. These run out relatively quickly, especially when you use them aggressively early on. Now we have these, so that should help us a little bit more, but still infantry support is limited, especially you're lacking something that is kind of between the Panzer IV and those cheap light armored cars. Something in between there is not really something that is existing. Support guns with mid-range would be great, but you don't have them either. I definitely would have needed to use those more as well. But that's kind of where this division falls short a little bit, where you could definitely need more help. But honestly, and I mean, last but not least, of course, the infantry is just underwhelming. So I would really think if this infantry division got better infantry and better AA, it could actually be quite decent. Because then you have something that you can contest other infantry divisions with. You have the artillery to support that. It will still have its limitations against armored and mechanized divisions. There's no question in that. But I think it would be more usable all in all if it had some better armor to help things out, or cheaper AT tab. I think it could even be better against mechanized divisions on some mid to close range maps. But at the moment, that's of course not the case, and it probably never will be. So there's that. But yeah, I think it's a fun division. Really, I really enjoyed it, and not just because of how the game went. It has a nice touch to it. It has a nice flavor, and it still has, of course, a challenging side of things. But A lot of fun, in my opinion. I would 100% recommend giving it a try. It needs to be played aggressively, in my opinion. This is push in, spam, and lock things down with some cheap tools or cheap multi-purpose tools like the Vickers. It's actually not too bad for what it does now, especially since you get better availability. You can also take 3 of them, honestly, to have a little bit more AA. Will not be wrong either. But yeah, so this is kind of, yeah. Again, big weakness, of course, really the AA and the infantry not being actually that good. Now, even if you don't lose your AA as badly as I did, you might lose it. You might get killed, and then you're really screwed. So you can't really go long with this. But still, lots of fun, very unique. Push, push, push. That's basically it. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and see you all in the next one.